In this video, I'm going to show you how to configure Kanban board options using the Kanban board administration tool. First, point to the planning perspective and then select Kanban boards from the menu. For this exercise, we want to place all stories that have been assigned to the administrator on a Kanban board. So we'll click the gear icon to the left of the board name and select Administrator from the menu. The Administrator dialog box is divided into 4 sections. The first is the title of the board. The second is the board backlog source. This is the location from where we will pull user stories. The third section is a listing of every option you can configure on the board. And the last section contains all swim lanes for the board and also provides some options for configuration of the swim lanes. We've already named the board, so let's look at the board backlog source options. If you'd like, you can use either sprints or releases as sources of user stories. But in this example, we're going to define a specific source. So we'll click the down arrow in the custom filter field and select the appropriate item from the list. In this case, we'll select stories assigned to administrator. The items displayed in this list are filters that you have already created, and you'll learn how to do that in the actual exercise. Next up is the Other section. If you'd like to enforce strict limits on how many stories can be added to a swim lane at any given time, place a checkbox in the box next to Enforce WIP, which stands for Work in Progress. If you would like the Kanban board to automatically highlight any stories that have been in a swim lane longer than a predetermined set of time, place a checkbox in the Show Age Indicators box. And finally, if you would like this particular Kanban board to be available from the Team Room Perspective menu, place a check in the Make Available in Team Room box. The last section is swim lanes. By default, each Kanban board contains a board source swim lane, an in-progress swim lane, and a done swim lane. But you can add as many new swim lanes as you would like by clicking the New button on the menu. The new swim lane title can be changed by double-clicking on it and typing the new name. Press Enter when you are finished. The order in which the swim lanes appear here in the swim lanes list, from top to bottom, is the same order in which they will appear on the Kanban board from left to right. To reorder any swim lane, click and drag it to its appropriate location. In this case, let's move to Verify so that it appears after In Progress and before Done. If you'd like to delete a swim lane, just click the Delete button on the menu. Now that we've defined the swim lanes that we want for the Kanban board, we can configure them using these options here: Work in Progress Limit, Age Indicator, and Story Status Mapping. For this example, let's say that we want no more than 5 stories at any given time to appear in the In Progress swim lane. To set that limit, double-click in the WIP Limit column for that particular swim lane and enter the new value. Now let's say we'd like to be notified if any stories sit in the To Verify swim lane for longer than 2 days. In that case, we would double-click in the Age Indicator column for the To Verify swim lane and set the value to 2 days. For now, we'll leave the Story Status Mapping values set to their default. When you are finished configuring the various options, click the OK button. Now, if you point to the Team Room perspective, you will see that our Kanban boards are listed. And if you click on the stories assigned to Administrator board, you will see that our swim lanes have been changed as well. And that's how you configure Kanban board options using the Administrator tools. I hope you found this video helpful, and thank you for watching.